I was really grateful for how quickly everything went. It was really smooth. Everyone was communicative, answered my emails, were willing to talk when I had questions. Nice to know that at some point in the future, I will actually have like a stable way of staying here and doing my work without constant worry about my immigration status. I recently finished my PhD. I'm an academic. I research health, pharmaceuticals, opioids, and I'm Canadian originally, and I've been in the US for some time as a student, both for undergrad and then for my PhD. And I actually had no idea these kinds of options existed for green cards until this year. And it's very hard. I was looking towards graduating, and it's very hard to find a job when you don't have work status in the country. So this seemed like a really good option potentially for someone in my position. And I was applying for the NIW EB-2. I don't know the exact number, so I sent a number of inquiries to places that had, websites. It's a confusing process because, I don't know any lawyers and I'd never worked with an immigration lawyer. So I reached out to a number of places, many of which weren't willing to take my case, I think because they work with very like specific criteria, which my field just isn't a good fit for, like very large numbers of citations or patents or whatever. And so I was actually pretty discouraged because it seemed and like it made me seem like it wouldn't really be an option, even if I did find a law firm that would work with me. It sort of made me nervous that I wasn't actually a good candidate. You were actually recommended by another lawyer that I had been talking to who had worked with someone at your law firm in the past as a colleague somewhere and was basically like, I think you have a good case, but I don't file these that often anymore. So why don't you contact these people who will be better equipped for working with someone in your position? And so I did, and you were willing to take the case. And it was also more affordable than a lot of the other options, which was good for me because the whole process is really expensive. I was a student. That was how I found you all. It was really smooth, pretty much, and I was really grateful for how quickly everything went. Everyone was communicative, answered my emails, were willing to talk when I had questions, and once I had sort of decided to go this route, I really wanted to get everything done as quickly as possible because the time frame is so long after applying. So I was very grateful that things were able to be like submitted quickly and promptly. I felt happy. I think it's still stressful because it's going to take a while now. And I need to sort of figure out what I'm going to do in that interim. So this is something that's been hanging over my head for like many, many years at this point. So it's definitely nice to know that at some point in the future, I will actually have like a stable way of staying here and doing my work without constant worry about my immigration status. So I hope that, again, there's still kind of a lag in timing, but I'm hopeful that it will make it a lot easier to look for jobs and sort of think about my life in a more stable way here. But yeah, it just happened. I mean, everything worked out well. I had been very worried about this and I was approved and it was quick and it was easy to work with you all and at a much fairer price than a lot of competitors. So I would definitely recommend. I was initially really discouraged because my case wasn't like cookie cutter the way that like in the criteria that I think people are often told are necessary for these kinds of green cards, and I think they're not. But my biggest regret is that I didn't begin this process a lot sooner, and it was largely because I was really worried that I would be rejected and that I would have, spent all this money and it wouldn't work. And I think it's being aware that there's like more flexible ways that your case can be successful, other than like citation counts or whatever.